There's something you should be aware of before you buy a Hydro Flask straw lid, and it's related to how you clean it. Back in February and March, we made 2 videos showing how you can remove the spout from both of Hydro Flask's straw lids. And this video reviews an important consideration that we've learned from the comments received in those previous posts. There are quite a few videos out there about the original straw lid that show how to remove the spout, and in many of those videos you can see a horrible amount of mold and residue built up because most people don't clean under the spout regularly. We didn't see any videos yet about how to remove the spout from the newer Flex straw lid, and we thought it would be important to know how to do it to make sure those lids can be deep cleaned too. The problem we ran into at first is that we found it much more difficult to remove the spout from the Flex straw lid. We couldn't figure it out initially and we were afraid of breaking our lid. We reached out to Hydro Flask to make sure it was intended to be popped off like with the original lid. The response included, even though it's fastened more securely than the older model, the spout for this version of the lid should pop out as well. After reading Hydro Flask's response, we tried harder to pop off the spout, including pushing it at different angles compared to the original straw lid. Eventually we got the spout off and we noticed why we had such a hard time. The way the spout attaches to the lid, including how the grooves and the pivot points line up, is different compared to the original straw lid. In order to pop off the spout, it helps to push against it at a different angle, which isn't very intuitive at first. Once we realized this difference, we made 2 videos to help share what we had learned with other Hydro Flask users so they can get a truly deep clean with their straw lids. Over the next couple of months, since we posted those videos, several users left comments saying that popping off the spout wore down the plastic connections and that caused their spouts to be looser than they were originally. This user said, "Be very careful with the standard lid. Pushing the spout away from the top did free it, but it also damaged the tab that keeps it in place. It's still working for now, but it will probably fall out in the future." This other user wrote in all caps, "Do not do this. I did this too many times to clean inside the mouthpiece and now it's too loose. I can't drink from it anymore. I have to unscrew the lid to drink," which is obviously not great with a straw lid. After reading these comments, we wanted to post a follow-up video to our one about cleaning the Hydro Flask straw lids and give our thoughts. First of all, we want to acknowledge that it is possible to have the plastic wear out where the spout connects to the lid. The way the spout attaches with either lid means that the small bumps that act as pivot points for the spout have the potential to flatten out some when the spout is detached then reattached. This can then cause the spout to have a looser fit. But even when considering the potential wear and tear, we still think it's a good idea to pop off the spout with either lid to get a truly deep clean. There can be a lot of mold buildup under the spout if you don't stay on top of it. But the main point we want to drive home is that this type of deep cleaning comes with some risk of additional wear and tear. In some ways, you might need to think of your straw lid as an accessory that needs to be replaced periodically, which is unfortunate because it costs extra money and is inconvenient. But we're not really sure of another way to give these lids a deep clean since there are always spaces under the spout that aren't possible to reach unless you take the spout off. So what can you do about it? There are a couple things that can help. One is knowing that the Flex straw is easier to clean more thoroughly without popping off the spout. You can take out the red silicone insert, which lets you clean a lot more of the surface area under the spout without popping it off. Then you can use a brush kit with a smaller detailing brush like this one, or use a toothbrush to clean what you can reach under the spout as much as possible. The original straw lid doesn't have this silicone insert, so the only way to clean the areas under the spout is by popping it off. So if you're trying to decide between the 2 straw lid options and deep cleaning everywhere including under the spout is a priority for you, go with the Flex straw. Second, you can also try using cleaning tablets like Bottle Bright instead of popping off the spout. It probably won't get quite as deep of a clean compared to popping off the spout, but it certainly won't hurt. We also highly recommend using tablets like these every once in a while anyways, based on how well they worked for us when we tested them on coffee and tea stains. So in summary, we acknowledge that popping off the spout with either Hydro Flask straw lid can lead to the spout fitting more loosely, but we still highly recommend doing it every once in a while to fully clean your lid and prevent mold buildup. Just pop the spout off once every few months or whatever you're comfortable with based on how often you use your straw lid, but not every time you clean your lid. This will help extend the life of your lid and prevent the plastic connections between the spout and the lid from wearing out prematurely. And that's it. Hopefully this information helps you decide what cleaning schedule you're comfortable with and which lid you want. If you find a better way to deep clean your straw lids, please let us know in the comments below so we can share it with other users. Keep Bottle Pro in mind for accessories for your large bottles, and happy hydrating.